Running a business under a different name in Georgia without officially registering a DBA is basically asking the local government to shut you down. A DBA, or doing business as, is your legal cover to operate under a brand name without having to set up a whole new LLC. But actually getting one means dealing with the county clerk's office and a whole pile of bureaucratic paperwork. So today we're breaking down how to navigate this process in two different ways. You can either roll up your sleeves and DIY the whole registration, it'll save you a couple of bucks, or you can outsource this entire headache to a pro like Zenbusiness, who has an entire support team that has helped literally millions of people bypass this red tape. So like I mentioned, a DBA means doing business as. Sometimes it's called a trade name or a fictitious business name. It's all the same thing. It just allows a business to operate under a name that's different from its legal name or the name of its owners. Say my friend Jane Doe, she wants to start a floral shop called Jane's Blooms instead of using her personal name. That means she could register a DBA so the business could legally have that name. So it would fully technically be Jane Doe doing business as Jane's Blooms. But DBAs have another purpose as well. They let the business operate under a name that helps their customers better understand what's being offered by that business. Now, this doesn't just work in the case of using a name different from your own. Let's pretend Jane starts an LLC as Jane's Blooms. Well, in that case, she wouldn't need a DBA as long as she operates her business as Jane's Blooms LLC. But maybe after a while, Jane decides to add a gift shop to her store. She could still use that same business name that she's currently using and just offer new products. Or she could take on and brand a new name. Now, instead of starting a second LLC, she just takes advantage of a DBA to reflect her new business venture while still being able to use her existing business structure. That's pretty cool. DBAs are solely for naming purposes. They don't give any legal protection. It's not a business entity. If you need help starting your own business entity, we have a lot of videos just helping you with that. So be sure to check those out as well. Now, the first step to registering your DBA in Georgia is to make sure the business name you want is available. You can do this by searching county trade name records from the Clerk of the Superior Court. A trip to the Federal Trademark and Patent Office wouldn't hurt either, or honestly just do a Google search, that works too. Now, Georgia does have a few restrictions when it comes to picking out a name. One, you can't claim to be a business structure you're not, or use words that would imply the business is used for legal purposes. You can't use any words that are considered vulgar, anything that's used in banking, insurance, educational settings. Although those last three, they can be used as long as permission is received in advance from the appropriate state department. Now, once you have your business name picked out, you need to get ready to fill out your registration paperwork. Now, applications are processed by the Clerk of the Superior Court in the county where you'll be doing business. But DBAs are actually overseen as a whole by the state, so the application process actually looks very similar between each county. To see exactly what you'll need to do in your own situation, I do really recommend getting a hold of your county office. Some of the questions you'll see on the application include the DBA or trade name you've chosen, the name of the owner requesting the DBA and their address, and a brief description of the nature of your business. The state also requires the application to be notarized before submitting it. Now, the next part's a little weird, but you'll have to publish a copy of your trade name registration in a local newspaper at least once a week for 2 consecutive weeks. It's old school, but it's a thing. By the way, the notice actually needs to be published in the newspaper the sheriff's office specifically uses for legal advertisements. The fee for the publication varies by publisher, but it is very important to keep a copy of the publisher's affidavit as proof of the publication. As far as costs, DBAs in Georgia run anywhere from $150 up to $200. It depends on your county. And by the way, those figures don't include the notary cost or the publication fees. But on the plus side, they also don't need to be renewed. So the whole process, although pretty lengthy, it's more of a one and done kind of deal. Now, if doing all of this on your own sounds like a lot of work, there's another option. Personally, I had so much to do in a given day, professionally and personally, that I would much rather spend my time doing anything else, which is why I chose a formation service like Zenbusiness to go through this whole process for me. By the way, on a personal note, I see Zenbusiness as one of the best business formation services out there, especially for beginners, because they take all of the legwork for you. But don't get me wrong, there are a lot of other great services. I've tried LegalZoom, Swift Filings, Taylor Brands. Actually, I did reviews of those as well, so I'll go ahead and leave them down in the description if you want to check them out as well. Now, before we get further along, let me tell you a bit more about Zenbusiness as a company. Their whole mission is to make legal help accessible to everyone. They started their business with like 10 online services, all running from estate planning to business formation. They offer personalized legal advice as well, and simple income and expense tracking. They bring to the table a one-stop shop for business owners to start their LLCs, corporations, nonprofits, DBAs, and you don't have to be a business owner to benefit from their services. They can even help with personal services, estate planning, deed transfers, power of attorneys. So that all being said, let's go through this process of registering a DBA with Zenbusiness. The whole application is like a few steps and takes 5 minutes start to finish. The first step, select the state and county you're registering in and what business entity you follow, like sole proprietorship, LLC, C Corp, S Corp, you get the picture. On the next page, you'll enter the business name that you picked out. Then you go through the drop-down menu of different industries, choose what best sounds like your business. If really none of them fit, there is an other option where you can type in your own. And then on the next screen, Zenbusiness will offer to get you an EIN or employer identification number for you, as well as taking care of any business licenses or permits that you might need. That depends on your business structure, what you do in your business. It may be a good idea, it's worth considering, but of course there's no obligation to take those services at all. But when it comes to the actual filing itself, Zenbusiness is extraordinarily simple. Once you check out, they prepare and submit all the necessary paperwork to the right Georgia office for you. Honestly, for most people, paying that $95 service fee is worth it to get your time back. The hidden costs of screwing this up, like filing with the wrong office, letting your registration expire, that is way higher than the service fee could ever be. I've seen people lose months of progress having to restart the whole thing from scratch just because of a simple paperwork error. But you see, at the heart of it, the process doesn't have to be lengthy, right? It can be quick and efficient, leaving you so much more time to take care of the 100 other things on your list. So just as a recap, here today we went over both ways to register a DBA in Georgia. The DIY route, where you take care of everything yourself, or have Zenbusiness do everything for you. At the end of the day, Zenbusiness is a great option for registering your DBA. The process is fast, it's user-friendly, and they can help you with just about every single aspect of your business, like setting up an LLC, corporation, or nonprofit as well. And they can actually work with you after forming your business, so you can be sure your company is meeting all of its requirements. It's truly a one-stop shopping experience that offers you more support and guidance in starting your business than you would ever get doing it on your own. And as a small business owner, that support is priceless. But that's gonna be it for today. I really hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe for more. And just as a reminder, if you do want to try out Zenbusiness, check out the description below for our exclusive affiliate link to get started. Also, if you're interested in working with us or sponsoring a future video, you can reach out using the email that I'll also leave down in the description. And by the way, I love hearing from you guys, so what are your thoughts on Zenbusiness, on the process in general? Do you have a question I didn't cover in the video? If you do, please drop it in the comments below. I will do my best to get back to as many as I can as quickly as possible. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed something, maybe even learned a thing or two, and I will see you in the next one.